Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Trap Squad. Trap Squad. Trap Squad.
Good morning. Good morning, one and all. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. I am your host, Marcus Farrell, one half of the Clickbaity crew. I will be rocking by myself. Me and Mondale are going back and forth, making sure that we handle our personal business, but we're always going to be alive and in effect to bring it to you all the way live from Atlanta, Georgia. This is Marcus Farrell. Please go check out restorativeroots.org. We have some cool t-shirts and stuff like that. Our official launch is tomorrow afternoon. Hope you guys go and check us out. We are a Black-owned cannabis company. Please go check out Black Male Voter Project. Please go check out Mondale Robinson on Twitter. Please go check out Marcus for America on Twitter, Instagram, and everything else. I hope your week was going good. Last week, Tuesday, I had a good time watching Mondale break down and educate everyone. Isn't it wonderful having two dynamic Black male voices on different days doing different styles? And when we come together, it becomes even better. But it's just like I watch my dog and my dog watches me, man. I watch Mondale and Mondale watches me. And I watch Mondale with the same reverence and love that all of you guys in the Trap Squad and Squirrel Gang watch him. And it's just such an educational experience every single time that he does his own show. I don't know what y'all could call me. I'm a hot mess. And I'll be a hot mess. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm definitely more ethos and he's more logos, as they say. But it's always a good time to watch my dog. So shout out to Mondale Robinson. He won't be joining us tonight. But don't go anywhere because I'm still dope. I'm dope. Damn it. And we're going to talk about these falsehoods, these positive things when it comes down to American politics and all the other things that happens when it comes down to a Black point of view. And I'm rocking with Tunde this morning. Tunde, say what's up, bro. Tunde, are you live?
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, and my dog Tunde is with me tonight, as always. Tunde's consistent. Trap Squad boys aren't, but this is slowly becoming Tunde's show. So
nah, never that.
Tunde's like, I own Clickbaity, man. Everybody just needs to fall back, and we will allow you guys to come on when we want to. Tunde, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna get into it, man. Go ahead and draw that video.
Oh God, no! Excuse. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God! I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she. Did you see her? You saw her, right?
Wait for it.
They all saw her.
Now we watching this whole thing, dude.
Oh my God!
We're gonna watch this whole
had a
thing.
breakdown. She tried to hit me.
And I love her commentary. It was so organic. It was real. It was like.
She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And Karen is hurt. Now, as we watch this, I do want to give a certain reverence for something.
This do not feel real.
We might need to go ahead and create a vibe or an official mental disability called Karening. It still should be punished by the law when they do stupid stuff like this right here. But this definitely is some version of a mental disability because there's no way that humans could possibly walk the planet and do this BS right here.
I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail? And I got to pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom. I don't know why this is happening to me.
Infinitely funnier.
Hey, she came to get her free panties. Try to came to get her free panties. But you know what I like is that the line don't stop moving. So shout out to Victoria's Secret and shout out to that cashier on the far.
Like you gotta go postal.
Cause that cashier was like, "Yo, look,
Yo, fam.
This happens once a week.
People are still checking out. Like shit is.
No, why don't she walk away from me?
Yo.
No, I was here.
This
No,
is.
no, no,
Hold
no.
on. I
Hold on, today. Hold on. Let's watch this
Why
part.
don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away
Hold
from
on, we
me?
gotta
She
run
can get
that
away.
back. Let's run that back.
Go
real quick.
wherever you want to go.
Let's hear what she said.
Go postal.
Look at this lady in the blue at the register. Or the TA,
No, why don't she walk away from me?
You see
No,
what she's doing
I
right
was
there?
here.
Hold on,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
pause
it real
no.
quick.
We're not doing this.
Yeah. But let's pause it. Let's talk about it because hold on. You're right, Tunde. Listen, white girls can act the fool, and other white girls have a certain level of understanding for it that is completely trash and outlandish, right? And this whole thing, this girl is going and acting such an utter ass that she is allowed, like no one else could get away with this woman's actions for so long. No one else. But the reason why is because other Karens have a there's a Karen DNA, I believe. There's like a Karen DNA, and they sense each other, right? An old girl in the blue looked down like, could be me.
but that's what the crazy part is, man. Like, and you know, watching this video, it's both shocking as well as alarming. But the thing that threw me off the most was that she had the audacity. There's a whole person right next to you having a complete mental breakdown, right? And your first priority is to say, oh, well, why don't you stop filming or leave or whatever the hell she said? And he's like, well, why don't you address the person that's right next to you who's currently acting like a 5-year-old? I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. First off, both of them voted for Obama, right?
Twice.
Like both of them voted for Obama, right? So let's not cap, right? Let's not lie. They both voted for Obama, and guess what? I voted for Obama too, right? But let me show you the difference between my vote for Obama and their vote for Obama. My vote for Obama was for when I did it was for equity in America. Their vote for Obama was to make them feel good.
Yeah, because
this is all feelings, right? Her whole thing is all feelings, and this kind of shows you. This kind of shows you the lack of accountability that we need for our society to kind of keep moving. There needed to be a white woman. That white woman in the blue needed to walk over slowly to her, slap her in the face, and say, "Get your shit straight. Get your life right. Get your ass up out of this Victoria's Secret because you're making all the white girls look bad in here." But no, we don't get that, right? Yeah. We get a white girl saying, "Okay, you need to stop filming her." Why? Oh, why? Why we need to stop filming? And then you get a cop later on who is being more aggressive to the sister who is protecting herself by filming and showing proof. But you know, cops don't like cameras either. Because at the end of the day, these police officers want to see a black woman filming a white girl act up and beat the hell out of the black woman for being there, just for being there. Tunde, let's keep watching this. I'm not done with this. This is fun, man. Let's watch this white girl break down, bro.
Why don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away. Go wherever you want to go. This is crazy.
Hold on. Watch it dump and slide. Dump and slide.
This is the
dump
funniest
and
shit.
slide. Here we go.
She's going
dump
down.
And slide.
Look, hold on. Let's run that back. Let's deconstruct this. Let's deconstruct. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. So first off, she touches the forehead, right? That's the indication that, oh man, I'm feeling a little woozy, right?
That's right.
That's the universal symbol. And then, all right, look, she's going down. She's going up. She's going down. She drops the purse. Notice where she drops the purse. Notice the purse is key. Follow the purse. Okay, she. All right.
Move the purse up. And she
moves the purse up. Look at it. Now again, I want to.
She used her purse as a Karen pillow.
I wanna. She probably got it. She got the idea from the My Pillow guy. But notice the hands.
No,
Notice how the hands.
no. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I need to let you know something. This is very official. Young Karens are Democrats. Any
That's
Karen under the age of 50 is a Democrat.
Well, I feel like they're both they're like the centrist, right? Like, so they're like they can either be Democrats or as they might call it, Republican lights, right? You know, so I think they oscillate between the two. It's very hard to distinguish between the two in the wild. But notice the hands here. Notice how she breaks her fall with the hands. Now, if you actually passed out and you're actually passing out. You know, we've watched plenty of UFC fights. We know what happens when people go to sleep. They don't prevent themselves from going face first. They just go face first because they're going down. But
listen, dog. That's a Karen buffer, right? We call that pose. That's the yoga pose. That's not downward facing dog. That's Karen buffer, right? Like when you this is a new yoga pose. It is coming to you soon at a hot yoga mat near you. Hot yoga center near you. Karen pose. What you do is you put down your coffee and your purse and your Starbucks and your purse. You find a nice shaded spot in your gentrified neighborhood, and you go and you drop down to the ground and you just lay down and you point at black people.
Of course, yeah, but before you do, you ask for the manager first. You always gotta start with asking for the manager first. And then,
I mean, her whole thing was asking for the manager. Like, to be honest with you, like on some real shit. Like, come on, guys. Come on, Trap Squad. On the real, if this was a black woman, don't y'all think that it wouldn't even got to this point? You can't even disrupt the line. You can't even disrupt the oxygen flow in Victoria's Secret. You can't even disrupt the atoms that go for buying panties and buying smell good stuff. You can't even do none of that in Victoria's Secret if you're a black woman. If you're a black woman, you could be kicked out of the store for filming a white lady act the utter ass. If this was a black woman doing all this right here, the video wouldn't have been that long.
Well, the attitude of that cop, which we do actually have that clip of her talking to the cop, but the attitude of that cop would have totally flipped. The cop would have been all militant of like, "What the hell are you doing here? What's going on?" She would probably have been in cuffs. They probably would have thrown her in the back of the squad car. It would have been all kinds of craziness. But
I mean, hey, listen today. Even more important than this right here. This is to my sisters. This is to my black women. Y'all be safe, man. Malcolm X, when he said the most unprotected person on the planet is a black woman, is a fact. I feel uncomfortable sending my mama, my sisters, my loved ones who are black women to the mall by themselves after watching this right here. Because this Karen wanted to have a breakdown, and she wanted to have a breakdown with a black person, and all of this happens because of the tenor of where America is right now, the tenor, the tone, the place that America is, the grand reckoning that America is in, and I can't lie to you, I only got so many bullets in the chamber for bullshit to protect my sisters. Black women, keep your head on a swivel. I mean that. Keep your head on a swivel. And find a community. First off, learn how to defend yourself, right? Second off, always be aware of your surroundings. The same way that black men have to be aware of their surroundings when they're driving the car. Like, be aware of your surroundings. And you guys already know this. Sisters already know this right here. You guys deserve to be protected. You guys deserve to be loved. And I am directly talking to black women because this cap ass bullshit that this woman pulled right here could have got that sister killed. And I don't want to see any more violence amongst my sisters that raise our babies in our communities, the ones that help raise our babies in our communities, the ones that help raise our aunties and uncles and moms and grandmas and girlfriends and wives, right? Like even though we laughing this morning, that this lady, this Karen lady, she put this woman's life in danger and acted an utter ass until she was until she created an environment where she looked like she was victimized. The lady in the blue looked at her and said, well, you need to stop filming. And it happened a couple of times in this video where it was like, keep playing, where it was like, yo, the black woman needed to do something else. Nah, let's get this woman into Chattahoochee as fast as possible and get her some mental therapy, right? Or put her in jail like they would do black women. So I don't have any remorse for this woman whatsoever, right? Let's turn the volume back on. We're gonna keep watching this for a second because I think it's just worth us watching, you know? You on that, baby?
Yeah. Crazy lady. In case she attacked me and try to say I attacked her. You look at this. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady! Get away from me! You're good at this.
This is crazy, man. She's chasing around the store and the cops just like, I mean, there's nothing we can really do about this.
Look at
It's just
this.
insanity.
Yes, can y'all get her away from me? Get her away from me!
Tunde, pause it. All right, listen. Get away from me as she wildly hurls herself at the sister who's filming her. If that's not American whiteness at its finest, then what is? Get away from me while she's running towards the woman is the most Karen possible thing, gaslighting possible thing that can actually happen. Because this woman, in her mind, this woman is seeing a criminal action and she's trying to protect herself by attacking it, but also saying, get away from me, utilizing the terms that white women have used for years in order to get Emmett Till killed, in order to get black men lynched, in order to start things like the Tulsa fire and in Rosewood. This type of shit right here, where a person might be being an aggressor, but in hindsight and in action is trying to make it as if they didn't do anything at all. This is a problem, America. This is why we can't have nice things, America. We can't have nice things. We cannot have nice things with people like this on the planet. And it's more than just one lady. At any given moment, I'm going to say somewhere around 30% of white women have this in them. Yeah, I said it. I even gave a percentage. Now, you know why I gave a percentage? Because the shit keeps happening. Let's go through things that we can't do as black people in America. We can't buy underwear. We can't watch birds. We can't drive our car. We can't get pulled over. We can't walk down the street at nighttime. We can't walk down the street during the daytime. We can't go to the grocery store. We can't go to Walmart. We can't go to 7-Eleven. We can't go to the drive-thru. We can't fall asleep in our car because we might be too inebriated to actually drive anywhere. So we can't fall asleep in our car because the police might wake us up and shoot us in the damn back. This video is funny, but on the same token, this video is the epitome of what could possibly happen and what starts violent situations, because police officers are literally automatically okay with white folks doing whatever the hell they want to black bodies. That's right. This white girl decided to do that. She was going to do something about this black woman's body and attack her because she was filming and had a breakdown. Tunde, do you have the video of the police reaction when they came. Can we play that? Cops are cops are trained to protect white women and trained to protect whiteness. And again, not all cops, right? But like on the same token, I'm gonna start saying this more and more. When we say not all, right? I had a sister tell me, well, not all black men. And it's like, well, if you have to say that, then you're part of the problem also, right? So we're going to generalize for a second. Not all cops are bad. Nope, they're not. But they've been in the police. If you're an active cop that's been in the police force for over 3 years at this point, then you've seen violence and you've allowed violence to happen on your watch, and you haven't said anything about it because, to be honest with you, every single day, every single week, every single moment of policing in America has negative connotations for African American people. More aggressive arrests, body cameras getting turned off, more physical harm, more false allegations. It always happens towards us. And if you're a rookie cop and you haven't said nothing, you're already corrupted by the system. So yes, not all cops are bad, but for the most part, policing in America is just bad in general. And when you walk up to a scene and you see a woman with video evidence and you have the gall and the gumption to have a regular old American conversation, what's going on? What's wrong with you? What's your problem? With a white girl, but if it was a black girl that was falling around and clowning and chasing the white women around the store, don't you know how fast that woman would have been in jail? Let's think about Buddy. Let's think about Buddy up in that just got arrested for basically doxing himself. This brother doxed himself. Called the neighbors the N-word, doxed himself, and of course, black protesters showed up and showed out, and that's what I love, right? But think about how they reacted to him. Cop on the scene was like, "Just go home, Bob. Just go home. Just go home." But when we say something about it, when we talk about it, we're the problem, right? When we talk about it, we have the Clyburns of the world and the Bidens of the world and the Republican Party of the world who immediately go to crime and safety like this is fucking 1994. Yeah, this is basically the crime bill too, but we'll get back to that. Yeah, run that video, man.
So I was attacked in the mall, almost attacked in the mall. The manager, I had to run behind her. I chased around. He telling me he can escort me to my car, but she's not. She doesn't have to leave the mall. Listen, I'm not finished shopping. I have two other stores to go to.
What I'm saying, I don't work for the mall. I can't order her out of the mall.
Yeah, but you work for Milburn. I was just almost assaulted in this mall.
I can't. The mall security can ask. What I'm saying is, I'm not telling you have to leave or anything. But
I'm not saying that, but
if for some reason,
if the shoe was on the other foot, and I would have tried to attack her white ass, you would have me escorted out this mall.
Ma'am.
Exactly.
And that's just how I feel. This woman, mind you, the manager done told him. The manager told me he chased, huh?
I wish she didn't feel that way.
I do feel that way. I do feel that way. I was just almost
pause,
attacked and assaulted.
Pause real quick. Pause real quick. So, Trap Squad, Squirrel Gang, y'all see this right here. I hope you guys see this, see exactly what's happening right now. At this point, with a good cop, because cops are supposed to investigate, right? Cops are supposed to look for the truth. A good cop would have been like, did you record this? Yeah, I recorded it, officer. Okay, well, you mind if I take a look at what happened? Yeah, you can take a look at it because she obviously cut it off, right? Here's evidence. Here's evidence of that woman in the same outfit that she has on right now, in the same place that she is standing right now, in the same date that I just took, with the same customer service behind the doggone register. All these same people. This just happened a couple of moments ago where she chased me around the store. And there's so many things that we've gotten tagged with as black folks for them to put us in jail, resisting arrest and starting a riot and all kinds of just crazy things that they will put you in jail for as police officers, for this officer to try to be officer friendly with this white girl and be like, well, I can't kick her out the mall. This same jackass probably arrested 1,800 black kids for their pants sagging walking around the mall. Arrested. What he just said to you is, we can't arrest white people. That's it. And I want to go here, Tunde. I want to go here, Trap Squad. I want to go here, Squirrel Gang. I want to go here for a reason. We made these arguments last summer when we had to shut down cities about policing in America. The momentum from our protests last year, the momentum that we had from protests last year got Joe Biden elected, got Ossoff elected, got Warnock elected. Don't let anybody cap with you. Don't let anybody lie to you. That momentum is the reason why we beat Trump. Trump was horrible, but Trump was well on his way to getting reelected. Without the votes and the efforts behind 18 to 24-year-old black people in America who showed up to vote in general elections, these administrations wouldn't be a thing. But instead of addressing the issue, the biggest issue of modern history, the biggest turnout of modern history, the biggest direct action of modern history, our Democratic administration decides to take COVID money that should be going to hospitals and give it to police departments so they can have more cops going into malls and saying bullshit like this. But we're the bad guys, right? Now follow me, because a moderate Democrat will tell you, and a Republican will tell you, see, the Republicans, they'll say we need more policing because they know for a fact that police officers just don't mess with white people. This is why cops are pro-Republican and Republicans are pro-cop. You're looking at it right now. Most white people in America, and this is a factual statement, most white people in America, that means more than half, are Republicans. Maybe not the folks who are watching the show right here, but your cousins are. They don't say anything about anything because they believe in crime and punishment, and they also believe that Officer Friendly is not taking me to jail today. I hope I'm relating to America. I hope y'all hear me out there, Trap Squad. Y'all hear me? I hope y'all hear me. Tunde, is this thing on? Is my microphone on? Is my microphone on? I'm trying to preach here this morning, but I don't think folks get me right quick. Like, hey, and also you can donate. You can also, hit that super chat button, and if you feel likely to do that. But if you're feeling what I'm saying, but understand something. This is why Republicans are pro-cop. We complain about cops doing things like this right here, and the Democratic answer for it is, let's give them more cops. Last week, as Mondale pointed out last week, the black leadership class, the older black leaders met with the Biden administration to talk about the value of H.R. 1. I'm starting to have a problem with H.R. 1. Not that I don't want us to vote, because I understand completely that they want us to vote, and there are Republican attacks against voting in America right now. But they're using voting rights as the catch-all in 2021. Just be happy with being able to vote. You can vote us back in, and we can give you more cops. I love Stacey. I love everybody who's fighting for HR 1, including myself. I mean, I was the former chief of staff of the New Georgia Project. Voting was our major thing, like the thing that we wanted people to have fair access to the ballots. But what's the point of it when we vote for you and the only thing you do is do exactly the opposite of what the hell we need? We watch situations like this and we see the cops blatantly treat African Americans different than they do for white Americans. And we show up to the polls anyway. Black America, how long are we going to keep playing this goddamn game with these people? How long can we play this game with these people where we show up for them and they never, ever, ever show up for us? HR 1, as it was written, was a perfectly fair bill. Joe Manchin had to dumb it down for Republicans on this false premise of bipartisanship. And we have to deal with that because that is what America is, cowtailing to racist white folks. There wasn't anything sensible. When you negotiate with Republicans at this point in American society, when you negotiate with Republicans, whether they have 49 people, 50 people, 51 people, 51% of the White House, or the Senate, no matter what they have, when you negotiate Republicans, you're negotiating with racists. You're negotiating with sexists. You're negotiating with anti-anything but whiteness. But we're playing that game. We're playing this game, and it's a dangerous game because here's the thing. You know how they say history repeats itself? America, we already went through this battle. Civil rights legislation and voting rights legislation was passed in the 60s. And it's almost like we can't create any new shows. But God damn it, that might be that might be the same with everything in America, man. This is a reboot. Just like Hollywood, it's just a reboot. It's a whole new reboot. We're fighting the same battles. Not to make Americans more economically stable, not to make Americans more economically equitable, not to make America a more fair state when it comes down to law enforcement, not to make America a better place when it comes down to healthcare. No, we're still fighting the same goddamn battles that we were fighting in the 60s, folks. The 60s. You can't come up with no new ideas? I mean, do we have to recreate G.I. Joe Snake Eyes? Even though it's going to be a good movie? Do we have to recreate the Jungle Book or the Riverboat, whatever? Do we have to recreate an America? Can't we move on to new policies? Absolutely not. Because when Democrats get power, they kowtow to Republicans. And only thing that Republicans want to do is keep black folks down, is keep brown folks down, is to keep the LGBTQIA community down. And that's what they want to do. And whiteness keeps us. Now check this out. And it's hilarious to me because they'll go to the negotiation table. They will go to the negotiation table for whiteness and for Republicans, but spend hundreds of millions of dollars to keep people like Nina Turner from winning a local congressional race. They will spend no time fighting Republicans in their district to get more Democrats elected, but they will spend millions of dollars to keep Nina Turner from winning, a Democrat. Am I missing something here? Man, we better move on because I'm about to pop a I'm about to pop a blood vessel over here, man.
No, for sure. I think kind of correlating with the things that you're talking about, we seem to be in this state where, there's a lot of exposure in the air, right? But it's like, what are the things that we're exposing? And I think part of the issue is that when these kind of like mainstream outlets, when they cover the situations that are going on right now, it's always framed in this light of, oh, we are making progress. So people keep getting confused of like, well, you keep saying we're making progress, and yet it feels like we're stuck in place. It feels like you're in neutral, but you're revving the engine, right? It sounds like you should be doing something, but you're not doing a goddamn thing. One of the things that actually just came up recently is this infrastructure situation, right? And so we just got some news this week that the Democrats are somehow finally looking to pass an infrastructure deal with just the Democrats, not having to try to get any sort of a Republican support.
And then you got a video for that?
No video behind it. It's just the article. It comes to us from the article from the Hill. So yeah, and you could take it if you want to.
Yeah. I'll take it. But thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for changing topics, because I'm literally so tired of these Democrats, man. I hope to God that we are actually able to pass one thing, and this is the infrastructure bill, y'all. I mean, I want so much more done. I want more than just one bill done. But you know what? Let's get one bill done. Let's get one bill passed in Congress. And maybe this bill is the infrastructure bill. What we know so far about the $3.5 trillion budget deal, according to the Hill, top Senate Democrats Wednesday pitched their colleagues on a $3.5 trillion budget resolution that would pave the way to pass a wide-ranging spending package without any Republican votes. Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer, Bernie, who else? Mark Warner, presented the proposal at a Democratic caucus. What's in the resolution? It aims to reduce America's health care costs. It would pave the way for Democrats to pursue adding dental, vision, and hearing coverage to Medicare, a top priority for many progressives. It would also allow Democrats to bolster expanded Obamacare subsidies, expand Medicare, Medicaid in states that have not already done so, and lower patient spending on prescription drugs, according to senior Democratic aide. Wealthy Americans, corporations will face tax increases. The budget deal direct Congress to enact provisions to finance the new spending. Much of the spending would be offset through tax increases on corporations and high-income individuals, as well as by strengthening tax enforcement. And the good part is they came together on our side of the house and actually said something, right? Like they actually are trying something. The bad part is that whenever you try to tax the wealthy, things break down. And things break down because the people who are in office are wealthy. So, and Junior, would you do me a favor and drop down to the new comments on StreamYard? We want this bill passed. We want anything passed, especially the portion about Medicare and healthcare and passing healthcare. As Clyburn says, moderates think that Medicare for all is sloganeering. It's not, right? Because if you want a real slogan, let me teach y'all a real slogan: Obamacare. They don't mind using that slogan. They don't mind saying Obamacare, but they do have a problem with Medicare for all, right? And actually, at this point, and I had this conversation with our friend of the show, Jason Johnson. It's not the fact. And we'll get back to this bill because it's important. But with moderates, it's not the fact that our ideas are bad. They just hate Bernie. They hate anything that has anything to do with him. If it sounds like him, they will shut you down. Right? So Medicare for all, great idea. We've proven that we have billions of dollars that we can actually pool together to create a Medicare for all system in America. But for the simple fact that Bernie said it, for the simple fact that progressives said it, for the simple fact that folks need it, for the simple fact that it doesn't hold, that it might hold corporations accountable, we're not going to get it. So if you think they're acting like that with Medicare for all, something that can help white people, imagine what would happen if you said Rep 1 or reparations allowed. It's not going to happen, folks. So with this 3.5 trillion budget deal that aims to reduce America's healthcare cost. All right, let's just repeat that line right there by itself. There's a $3.5 trillion budget deal, and one of the resolutions in it is to reduce Americans' healthcare costs. That means that the American government, our current Congress, our current Democratic Party is trying to pass a deal that reduces some burden on Americans. When in American history have you recently seen these folks actually try to help us? It's not going to pass, folks. I hope it passes, but it's not going to pass. Tuna, you think it's going to pass?
No, I don't think it's going to pass because I think they'll pull the same song and dance. You know, Mansion or Cinema. Somebody will come in and be like, "Well, there's no bipartisan yada yada," and then we're just back to the same place.
Yeah, no, it's not going to pass, folks. And the reason why it's not going to pass is because it's going to help you, and American government is fundamentally against you. That's right, I said it. I didn't used to be this much of a cynical person, right? I used to be a real positive person when it came out. Oh, government could possibly help us out. No, they hate you. They hate your black ass. They hate your white ass. They hate your rich ass. They love your rich ass. They hate your poor ass. The American Congress hates your guts. It's that simple. They're not going to do anything to ease the burdens of Americans at all, ever. If Walt, and especially since they said that the wealthy are going to have to pay for it, are you out your goddamn mind? They hate you. I mean, they have capped and have lied to the point where each October they love you. Every October, everyone loves you, and every July, everyone hates you. And every March, when Congress is in session, no one wants to do anything for you because your money doesn't count. Your opinion doesn't count. I recently started donating cash to candidates. And I only donate to candidates that I like. And if I like them, that means that these folks are really sort of about that work, about that business of their constituencies. But even them, a lot of them won't pay attention to your ass unless you give them some kind of capital. Unless they deem you a financial resource. Right? And it's a big old party and you're not invited to it. So don't look for any relief anytime soon. What needs to happen is very simple. And I'm because I keep going with the doom and gloom conversations. This is how we fix things. I believe white progressives can fix America. I believe the single most important demographic in America to getting freedom is white progressives. That's right. That's right. I want y'all to follow my theory here. White progressives are the most important demographic when it comes down to fixing America. I didn't say they were the most important demographic in general, because I still believe that Black Americans are the most important demographic when it comes down to electoral politics. But I think white progressives have the key right in their back pocket, and it's on them whether they want to fix America or not. I'm gonna go back to Rep 1. I'm gonna go back to the policies that need to be pushed in the Black community. White progressives are the funders and the string holders and the puppet masters of progressive politics. It's not Black people. Black people just show up and save your ass when y'all fuck up. White progressives are the ones who make decisions about what's going to be the policies that congressional members offer up. Progressive policymakers offer up. White progressives are more important to Bernie Sanders than Black progressives will be at any given point. White progressives are more important to most progressive policymakers than Black voters are. It just is what it is. And you guys and my white progressive brothers and sisters have yet to understand one simple thing. Once y'all create an ultimate coalition with African Americans, it's going to be an undefeatable coalition. White progressives have still not understood at this point, still to this day, that the black vote is really up for grabs. It really is. So many of our issues are interlinked. But white progressives refuse to do it because there's this some kind of crazy thought process that black folks are just stuck in a conservative place, and we're really not. It's just that sometimes white progressives go to the most outlandish and far left-reaching places instead of bringing it back to the basics about what's going on in black communities. The Republican Party is doing a damn good job at reaching out. They're not winning, but they're trying their hardest to reach out to black men. Why? Because hell, white progressives don't. We much rather go in the hood and talk about the Green New Deal than talk about police reform. We much rather go into the hood and talk about Medicare for all than talk about how we can actually get a federal jobs guarantee. We much rather go into black neighborhoods and tell us this is how you're supposed to think, instead of saying, what do we need? How can we center you guys first so we can build a coalition and first off start off a area of trust that moderate Democrats have broken every single election cycle. White progressives are so important, and they do not want to go into black neighborhoods, and they do not want to go and do black outreach, and they do not want to go and do black things and create a black coalition with white folks to talk about the issues of the black community that will literally fix America first. If you want to fix America, if you want to have a Bernie Sanders presidency, spend 4 years in the hood and talk about reparations. White progressives are the most important tool to creating coalitions because we're just waiting for somebody to give us some policy ideas. Start with the things that affect the least of us. It's funny because there's such a grandiose thought process in the white community that we're helping save the black man and we're helping save the black woman. And no, you're not. You go into the hood and you start talking about Medicare for all. We ain't even worried about healthcare right now. We worried about making it to the hospital. Crime and cops allowing us to get to the hospital. If something bad happens and we got to speed to the hospital, we might get shot on the way there. Human dignity, folks. White progressives, y'all need to get your shit together and stop talking about everything else and start talking more about the things that actually affect the black community so you can create a coalition to defeat moderate Democrats.
Well,
create a coalition that defeats moderate Democrats. Go ahead, Dunde.
Well, I was going to say, Marcus, you talking about, the actual politicians, they don't, nobody in the Senate or wherever, they don't, give a shit about us. It reminded me of a particular clip. I think it's an oldie but goodie. We'll go ahead and play this here.
Oh yeah. Hey, Curtsy.
If there was ever an example that our politicians,
she's not a white progressive though. She used to be, but
no,
she's not a white progressive,
and that's fair. But
Curtsy.
But she is marketed as if she is, right? Because she's she's bisexual and she just wears all these different colors and shit like that. Everything's made to make, oh no, she's progressive and she's great, but really she's a fucking shark, right? And yeah, I think for all time this will stand as like the epitome of why, or how our politicians feel about us. When there's an opportunity to get a minimum wage increase. This is the response from our politicians.
Yeah. Right. There's just not a good ethos of mixing everything together. Since I started late, we're gonna end a little later. I hope you don't mind. Tune in, Trap Squad. We got a couple more things that we're gonna go through before we let it go. But we're gonna take a real quick break. Not a music break, but just a informational break. Early voting has started in the Ohio 11th. If you are in Cleveland, in the outskirts of Cleveland. If you're in Cleveland, go vote. Go vote for Tina Turner right now. Let's beat the establishment at their own game, and let's try to do it clean. We do not necessarily have to talk trash about her opponent. We could talk trash about the people who are supporting her opponent. We don't necessarily have to talk trash about a black woman that is doing her thing and trying to become a congresswoman. But I am with Nina Turner. I am going to stay with Nina Turner. Nina is a friend of the show, been on Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. If you are in Ohio right now, please go early vote. Voting is the day. Go donate some money if you can. Let's get Nina Turner across the primary. And I want to talk about this real quick. When it comes down to that election, it's a proxy war. And moderates are so used to beating progressives that they are cocky for no reason. And it is going to be a very enjoyable thing to watch the moderates of America slouch down and shut the fuck up for a second when Nina wins. It's the most important election this year. Ohio 11 is the most important election this year. I'll even say more important than the Atlanta mayor's race. And I live in Atlanta. It's the most important election this year. So if you haven't done anything to help out the Turner campaign, then make sure that you go and do that. Also, again, go check out Restorative Roots. Go check out Black Male Voter Project. Go subscribe to us on Instagram, Restorative Roots on Instagram. Just look up Restorative Roots on Instagram, and we'll be giving you updates daily about Black-owned cannabis business, my business, your business, our business. Tunde, would you do me a favor and scroll down on the comment section in StreamYard? And I'm going to do one more story because I feel like we need to do one more story. And this kind of came up in the Clickbaity Cafe. Cornel West announced he's leaving Harvard and says the school has lost its way, and people feel different ways about it. There's like three schools of thought when it comes down to this Cornel West. First off, airing out his grievances against the Harvard Divinity School. Cornel West has announced his resignation from Harvard University, accusing the school of intellectual and spiritual bankruptcy of deep depths. West, who earlier this year said he was giving up his drive for tenure at Harvard Divinity School to rejoin the faculty at Union Theological Seminary, posted what he called my candid letter of resignation to Twitter late Monday. In it, he writes, the disarray and scattered curriculum, the disenchantment of talented yet deferential faculty, and the disorientation of precious students looms large at Harvard. The 68-year-old scholar, friend of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, suggests in the letter that politics were a factor in Harvard's decision not to extend tenure to him, citing his outspoken support of the Palestinian cause. We all knew the mendacious reasons given had nothing to do with academic standards. I knew my academic achievements and student teaching meant far less than their political prejudice. The battle over tenure echoes the recent fight involving other high-profile Black scholar Nicole Hannah-Jones. That sister is amazing, who was originally denied tenure at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. UNC later decided to grant Hannah-Jones the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist behind the New York Times 1619 Project, a position in journalism school with tenure, but she declined and now joined faculty at Howard University because HBCUs save America just like Black people save America. That's goddamn simple. See, now, Nicole Hannah-Jones wrote probably one of the most important pieces of our lifetime, and you know for a fact that politics got in the way of it. You can think whatever you want to about Cornel West. A lot of people said to him, and I even sent him a text message. I could even show you guys if I felt like pulling it up. I said, Dr. West, please go to a HBCU. That was my last text message to Dr. West. Please come to a HBCU. Because these white organizations, as woke as they might claim to be, they still have very conservative money in their playing a game. And the game in America now is no longer and is not just conservative ideology, right? It's not just I am conservative, I'm financially conservative and socially liberal. That's over with. That's cap. That's a lie. No such thing as that anymore. Nowhere in America is anybody financially conservative and socially liberal. No, because if you deal with the Republican Party, you are socially racist and economically racist. Tell me I'm lying. And Republicans donate money to Harvard. And Republicans go to Harvard. And Republicans go to Chapel Hill and the University of North Carolina. And Republicans go to Florida A&M University and Howard. The problem is there's more Democrats that go to the HBCUs than Republicans. But college is a political game, especially if you're a state-funded college and they're trying to end teaching history in these schools. They want to go out of their way to make academics turn into a place where they can actually start spreading conservative ideologies in Cornell West and Nicole Hannah-Jones and so many beautiful, brilliant minds in the black community that teach at PWIs all have a problem with their voices being heard and passing it on to the generation. That's right, folks. They do not want education, simple history, just regular old history, factual history to be taught in schools. Some of these kids were born when racist stuff happened. If you think about it and you give a lesson on George Floyd, that's not contemporary history anymore. These Republicans want to make that out to be a problematic lie, inconvenient for the truth of what they're trying to spread, and that is complete ignorance. To Republicans, math, science, history, sociology, philosophy should all basically be gone. Even in divinity, they want to angle Jesus into being a conservative white guy and not the Palestinian freedom fighter that he was of Jewish descent. Jesus was a brown man. Jesus was a brown man. And Jesus was a person that flipped over tables and had a problem with the occupying forces that was in his country called Rome. And at the time, who do you think the Romans were if they were an occupying force? They were white people. White people came to the Middle East and occupied the Middle East and occupied Jesus's home. And these are the lessons that brothers like Dr. Cornell West can actually bring up beautifully. And those type of teachings have to be muted in the current political philosophy and the current political environment that we are in today. America. History should be outlawed when it comes down to the Republican Party. That's what they believe. They believe that history should be outlawed. And we are on a very slippery slope headed directly into Nazi Germany by doing this thing. Next thing they'll know, they'll be burning books. Next thing you know, they'll be, isolating. Well, wait. They already are isolating immigrants from other countries. This is where we are in America. So my ask for today, before we log out of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, my ask for today, and Tunde, I'll let you get some words in if you want to on that, but my ask for today, my ask is to white progressives. I want to talk to white progressives. White progressives, because I can't talk to white Republicans because I'm black, but I can talk to y'all. Stop talking about what y'all talking about. White progressives, stop centering the shit that y'all have been centering for the last 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. Stop. Just stop. Just fucking stop. And start centering black issues. in my color purple fingers, until you do right by us, nothing good is going to happen for you. The most available coalition that can actually change American policies is right there in front of you. And y'all want to talk about hugging, the Green New Deal. And don't get me wrong, it's very important. The Green New Deal is way more important to black communities than it is to any other community. Medicare for All is also, but we have immediate life-threatening issues in the black community, and you guys are not being good allies when it comes down to bringing it up, because it's funny. I'll say this right here. I was on the plane back from LA. I was in LA. That's why I was missing Tuesday. I was in LA. And sitting next to me on the plane was this guy who had a California for Dukakis t-shirt on. Right? He had it was a 1988 like Dukakis t-shirt, super Democrat, young guy, probably in his 30s, maybe 40, right? Really good looking white guy, and fit, had his t-shirt on, definitely a Democrat. And I asked him, I said, hey man, where do you stay? He said, I live in LA, but I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta. I said, oh, where are you going to stay? He says, Old Fourth Ward. I said, oh, funny. I live in Old Fourth Ward. And then it just hit me. Boom. This guy's the gentrifier. This is the guy that's going to gentrify my neighborhood further. And he's going to be correct on 90% of the issues. And he was correct on 90% of the issues. But he thought in his mind that the most important cause for African Americans was HR 1 and voting rights. And even the CBC, when they put out their poll on Twitter, showed you that one of the most important issues in the black community is reparations, reforming the police, and also the right to vote. So white progressives, you guys have the wrong idea about what's important to us. And moderate Democrats, they're not doing anything to appease us as black people. The easiest victory is so easy, and it's almost the easiest way to path forward to victory for all of our communities. If it's just white progressives start talking more about black issues and centering it, and you'll see a different America. You've been watching another episode of Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. I am your host, Marcus Farrell. Please check us out. I believe we'll be back next Tuesday morning at 7:30. I am going to be offline, I think, starting on the 26th for about a week. Mondale Robinson will be back. We'll be rocking with Tunde, Mondale Robinson, our whole Clickbaity crew. We appreciate you for watching our show. Send us a super chat. Super chats are back up. We need some cash. We need to pay the bills. Tunde ain't free. Dwayne ain't free. We need to pay the bills. So hold on. I'm going to do some church real quick before I get off and send y'all somewhere else. Give us some money. Come on, somebody. $2, $5, $20. Also, you can check out our podcast. We are on all the major podcast streaming platforms. If you like what you see, if you like what you're doing, if you like what we're doing, please continue to support, like, and share. Next time, bring a friend. Thank you for watching Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Tunde, we out of here, man.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let a voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you.